Hi guys, and welcome to another video where today we're going to be predicting the results and scores of week 18 of the Premier League season 2017-2018. It's been a very hectic 2 weeks on the prediction front and the Premier League football front. In week 16, well, basically we did terrible, both of us. I think you ended up with 3 points and I didn't fare too much better, just on the 4 points. From the comments section, yet again our old friend or old viewer, you could say, Ray M, magnificent 12 points. 12 points for him. I should have taken up tips with him and maybe some money or something with his predictions. Moving on to week 17, we did a little bit better. You
8 points.
Came away with 8 points, and I got 11, which means I've closed the gap slightly overall. So which means that you're on 125 points and I'm
121
now on 121. So there's just 4 points difference. And in the comment section for week 17, because of the tight scheduling, we didn't actually put a video out for that, but I did post it to Instagram, which is @BluebirdLegend. Once again, if we don't put a video out for a game week, then our predictions will be on Instagram.
No matter what, it'll be on Instagram.
No matter what. And there were only 2 people who actually did post their predictions, and they both came away with 9 points. That's Nathan Evans, well done Nathan, and Samaz Kamaz. I think he's featured.
Apologies for the pronunciation.
Yeah, Samaz Kamaz, I think it is. Well done to you as well. But let's forget about the past 2 weeks, because we haven't done that great, and move on to week 18.
Okay, so the first fixture is Leicester versus Crystal Palace. Now, Leicester have been doing really well at the moment, so have Crystal Palace.
They've been excellent, yeah.
They've been doing great, especially Roy and good old Claude Puel. I think it's going to be a really tight match, but I think Leicester, because they're just on fire at the moment, really, they've won their last 4 games and
on the bounce, doing really well.
Haven't lost in 6, and they've just been phenomenal. So I think it's going to be yet another win for Leicester over Crystal Palace. I think it'll be a close game, but I think it'll be 2-1 to Leicester. Okay, Leicester against Crystal Palace. This is going to be a very tight game. Leicester, of course, on fire at the moment. As you said, they've won those 4 on the bounce. Really turned their season around. They're up now into 8th position. Crystal Palace, you can't take anything away from them. Roy has done a sterling job down there, really organising that team and getting the best out of the likes of Zaha, Benteke. Well, let's say about his penalty better, because he actually could have won that match in week 16 if he'd have scored that last minute penalty. And in game week 17, of course, they ground out that 2-1 victory in the dying moments at the embers of that match against Watford. But for this match, I can just actually see the quality of Leicester shining through, just because those last 2 games have been tight for Crystal Palace. I can see exactly the same as you. Leicester 2, Crystal Palace 1. Okay, so the next fixture is Arsenal versus Newcastle. Now, Newcastle, they just seem to be falling apart at the minute, don't they?
They are in free fall at the moment.
Yeah, right in free fall. Rafa, he's starting to get under a bit of pressure, but I don't think they'll sack him at any point. Arsenal, they're doing okay. They haven't won in 4 matches, but I reckon that run is going to come to an end, and I think it's going to be 2-0 to Arsenal.
Yeah, I think I agree. I'm going to go for an Arsenal win. I think it'll be tight in London. I think historically Newcastle don't do that well when they travel down to London. They're in free fall. I think they're 1 point above the relegation zone. I think I predicted at the start of the season that they're going to go down this season. I still hold to that. You know, they might just survive. Arsenal, you know, they've been grinding up the draws. I thought they'd turn the corner. They're outside the the Champions League places in 7th position, but I think they're going to come through with this, and I think in this match I think they're going to win 1-0. Moving on to the next match, we've got Brighton against Burnley in another tough game for Brighton. Burnley grinding out those 1-0 victories all the time. They're up to 6th position. They were actually in Champions League positions after their game on Tuesday evening. However, they had the matches on Wednesday evening, and they've just moved out now, and they're in 6th position. And I can actually see them going to Brighton and actually coming away with another 1-0 victory.
Believe it or not. Well, I've gone a bit different to you. I think Burnley are going to get the win, but I think Brighton will they'll be up for it. So I've put a 2-1 victory to Burnley.
Yeah, Burnley. Burnley doing well, as we said, but Brighton, they are going to have to start start picking up points, because I think they're only 3 points above the relegation zone. It's really tight down in the relegation zone at the moment. There's a whole batch of clubs, just fighting tooth and nail to get out of it, to survive for another season in the Premier League. Moving on to the next match, however, we've got Chelsea against Southampton. Chelsea, the manager Conte saying that they were tired about a week ago. They were on their knees, and they come away with a really good win in midweek against Huddersfield, away from home, of course. And I think they're going to do the same this weekend, and I think they're going to comprehensively beat Southampton 3-0.
Okay. Well, believe it or not, Southampton, they're just playing absolutely appallingly at the moment.
They're being dragged down.
Yeah, being dragged down really badly. They're a club that has a phenomenal youth system and all that. It's just Pellegrino, I don't think he's the right man for the job.
No, they've only won once in the last 6 matches as well.
So Pellegrino
losing at home against Leicester 4-1 was not a good result.
That was awful, but Pellegrino's under so much pressure. So I have gone for this game a 3-1 victory to Chelsea, and like the Slaven Bilic moment, I am predicting Pellegrino to be sacked after this game.
Really?
Yep.
That is bold, just before Christmas.
Just before Christmas. I think that Southampton will press the panic button now.
I suppose if they are going to go, they will have to get rid of him now because of the January transfer window, but I can't see it happening myself. You probably beg to differ. Okay, moving on to the next match, we've got Stoke City.
Bearing in mind, you did say that as well with the Slaven Bilic video.
Yeah.
And that happened. So.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens this weekend.
Yeah.
Anyway, as we said, moving on to the next match, we've got Stoke against West Ham. Stoke City, another team that's struggling really for form at the moment. They're only 2 points above the relegation zone, losing their last 2 matches away against Burnley, of course, and against Tottenham as well. But they are back home on home turf against West Ham. West Ham doing slightly better, however, they are in the relegation zone themselves. It's going to be a humdinger of a match. It's going to be cold. It's not going to be for the faint-hearted, and I think that's why it's going to be a stalemate, and I can see this ending up as a 1-1 draw.
Well, I think West Ham I think David Moyes is going to go on a bit of a streak now, even those lower clubs.
You've been saying
even though I've been saying all this
such a hard time in the last.
And I give him a hard time. I still don't think he's the right man for the job. I think they could have got someone better, but it's just against Stoke. West Ham seems to be pulling away on these victories, and I can't see Stoke beating West Ham.
No,
it's going to be close.
Really up for
but I'm going to put 2-1 to West Ham.
Fair enough.
Okay, so the next fixture is Watford versus Huddersfield, down in Watford. Watford, they've been playing really well. They're sat in 9th position. They've been on a questionable run of form recently, and Huddersfield, their away form is just awful, and they're slowly sinking down the table. They haven't won a match in 6 matches, and I just can't see them beating Watford away. I think it's going to be 2-0. I don't think Huddersfield will be able to get off the ground running. I
agree. Huddersfield are in free fall. I can see them actually getting relegated this season. The likes of Palace, possibly West Ham. I can see them actually pulling away from the relegation zone after Christmas. Watford, I think, just going to have too much class for Huddersfield. It's going to be tight, but I think the likes of Richarlison, Decore, they're just going to have too much there, and I can see this one ending in a 2-1 victory for the Hornets.
Okay, so the next fixture is Man City versus Tottenham in Manchester. Now,
biggest game of the weekend this week.
Biggest game of the weekend. I'm not going to say anything. 2-0. 2-0. I'm
going to go with you again. We've been agreeing too much on these results this week. Man City demolished Swansea in the week. The class that they showed. Aguero, he missed chance after chance, destroying 4-0, and I can actually see them beating Spurs fairly comprehensively. I think Spurs might get a goal in this one. Probably Harry Kane will pop up, maybe Son again, or even if Dele Alli starts, maybe he can get himself on the score sheet. However, I'm going to go for a comprehensive 3-1 victory.
Okay.
Manchester City as well, they're going to extend that winning streak. I think they'll be up to 16 games then on them. Is it 16 or 17? They just keep on marching.
16.
They keep marching on, and another 3 points in the bag.
Okay.
They're currently, I think it's 11 points clear of Manchester United. They're romping to the title at the moment. Could it all be over by February?
Definitely. I think it's all over now.
Yeah,
to be honest. Yeah,
unless they have a major injury crisis or something ridiculous happens. Then
they're over 10. They're 11 points clear. So
well, we've seen in the past, you know, where teams have overhauled a 10 points difference. But with this Manchester City team, they look the real deal. They look like one of the best teams in Premier League history. Rid of that cough, yeah? Okay, moving on. We've got West Bromwich Albion against the Red Devils, Manchester United. West Brom looked awful against Swansea last weekend. Swansea actually picked up 3 points against them. Midweek, however, they did pick up that point away to Liverpool. So they only conceded that one goal in those two matches. So at home, I don't think they're going to, score themselves. I can actually see Manchester United just grinding out a 1-0 victory.
Okay.
Maybe Lukaku can actually score a goal.
I can see West Brom struggling throughout the season with Pardew, but they're one play. They're in 17th, just above the relegation zone. I think they're going to drop into it after this game week. I can see Pardew struggling in this match, so I believe it's going to be a 2-0 victory to Man United.
The penultimate game of the weekend and the last game on Sunday is Bournemouth against Liverpool at Bournemouth. Cherries, what can you say? They play some good stuff, some attacking stuff there. I think they played quite well against Manchester United on Wednesday evening. They only went down 1-0, and they had their fair share of chances as well. Home against Liverpool really need to get 3 points really to get back up into the top four if they've got ambitions of Champions League again for next season. I can actually see them go to the Vitality Stadium and coming away with a narrow 2-1 victory, and you probably see Salah get a goal.
Salah just standard at the moment.
He's superb.
Well, Liverpool, they have been struggling away this season, but Bournemouth, they haven't won in 6 matches, and I think they're just going to struggle really against a really strong Liverpool side. The Fab Four are just doing amazing. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a narrow 1-0 victory to Liverpool. Okay, I'm moving on now to the final game of the weekend, which appears on Monday evening, Monday Night Football. We've got Everton, the Toffees, against Swansea City. Everton turned the corner. Yes, they have. Big Sam.
They've had a really good victory midweek against Newcastle up at St James's Park, or whatever you want to call it these days. They had in the Merseyside derby as well. They ground out the 1-1. They got the draw. Rooney scoring both games. Rooney, I think he's actually on the same number of goals as Lukaku and Morata. Can you believe that? For a team that is struggling at the start of the season, they're actually up to 10th position and looking okay at the moment. So they're up against Swansea. Swansea struggling. Well, they struggle big time against Man City. They're rock bottom of the table at the moment. They did get that victory against a very poor West Brom side, who then went on to get a draw against Liverpool. But I can only see one winner in this match. Toffees, I can see them winning 2-0.
Yeah, I can just see the other team in Wales just absolutely struggling against Big Sam's team, and Clement, he just doesn't know what he's doing at the moment. He is lost down there. So I think it's going to be a 2-0 victory as well to Everton. No doubt about it. Yeah,
it's going to be a bit of a struggle this weekend for the Jacks, unfortunately for them. So that's it, guys. That's our predictions for week 18 of the Premier League season 2017-2018. As always, I'm going to leave a template of these fixtures in the description, so just cut and paste, put your predictions, and for your chance of a shout out, like the likes of Ray M, Samaz Kamaz and Nathan Evans have done in the last 2 weeks, you can get yourself a shout out if you get the highest points for the weekend. But for now, is there anything you'd like to add? No,
nothing at all.
Who do you think, before we leave, who do you think is going to be the next manager to leave their post?
Pellegrino this weekend.
Pellegrino. Yeah. It's either going to be him, Hughes, Stoke, or
our favourite Clement.
Or Clement.
Please stay Clement. We want to see them get relegated.
Well, you do. I have no bad feelings against other clubs at the moment. But yeah, for now, guys, we'll bid you farewell, and we'll see you in the next video.
Goodbye. Cheers.